New games are coming out every single day,
Doki Doki Literature Club meets Silent Hill.
but not all of them are going to be a hit, even when they're backed by big companies. But the worst thing that can happen to a game is getting shut down. So today, I want to go over some of the biggest failures in gaming history.
Is this game worth it? Does that answer your question?
MultiVersus. This was Warner Bros. Attempt at making a platform fighter, aka their own Super Smash Bros. This is such a weird case to me, because this game got shut down twice. I've never seen a game get shut down twice before.
Yeah, double homicide.
After the game came out in 2022, it was technically in open beta still. Even though the devs said that the game would stay open, it was shut down less than a year later on June 25th, 2023, while they prepared to launch the full version of the game. Another year goes by in May 2024, and MultiVersus finally fully comes out, only to shut down again another year later on May 30th, 2025. I think this game failed just because it took so long for any updates to actually come out that people slowly just dropped off the game and got bored. Plus, with the slow progression system, it just felt like you weren't making any progress anytime you played a match. And it just took forever to unlock anything in the game, which made it really boring for a lot of players.
Buford, you listening?
It's just so weird to me, since the game came back, but didn't fix any of these issues, which caused the game to just face the same problems and shut down again. Another problem the game had was the characters that Warner Bros. Was adding to the game. Some iconic characters never made it into the game in favor of some bizarre picks to promote whatever terrible movie was coming out at the time. Which is funny because when those movies do fail, the character just serves a reminder of how bad that movie was. Like, I think Banana Guard's a really funny character, but why was he getting in the game over some other characters that could have gotten in the game? Like Mordecai and Rigby, Gumball, Courage, or even some other Adventure Time characters that never made it in. It just seemed like the characters they were picking were so random, just like taken out of a hat. It took them 5 seasons to add Aquaman into the game. Like, we got 2 Gremlins and whoever this is before Aquaman.
What? We're flying to Philadelphia! Oh, hell no! That's hell no!
It's just sad to see, because I actually really like MultiVersus at launch, but you can only play so much of it before you realize just how stagnant this game is. I hope one day this game can get revived again with some better direction, and maybe even become a mainstay in the gaming scene. XDefiant. XDefiant was a game by Ubisoft that was marketed as an alternative to Call of Duty without the skill-based matchmaking. The problem though, is that's pretty much all it was. It didn't really have anything to make it actually stand out from the other competitors. The game had a lot of hype when it was first announced, and the betas were actually pretty fun, but I just feel like they took way too long to release it, and they didn't do enough marketing once the game was actually released. There was a lot of people playing at the beginning, but they slowly just dropped off, leading the game to get shut down on June 3rd this year. XDefiant had its peak hype during NW2, which would have been the perfect time to release it because COD was in such a stagnant place that people were ready for a competitor. But the game eventually came out in May 2024, right before Black Ops 6, which people were really excited for. I think that's what led to the slow drop in players. One thing that really hurt XDefiant was the fact that it was only on Epic Games, and it wasn't available on Steam. I think that killed a lot of potential players. I really don't know what they were thinking with that. Why are you not releasing a game on Steam in 2024? But like I said earlier, I actually had a lot of fun during the beta, but once the game fully released, I never actually played it. So the day before the game shut down, I played for a few hours, and it's pretty much the same game as it was in the beta. I mean, they did add a few more things, but there's really just nothing that makes this game stand out from other FPS games. Besides for being free, I don't see a reason to play this game over Call of Duty. A franchise that people are already familiar with and everyone knows will never die.
Why won't you die?
I just think the people working on XDefiant were way too focused on marketing this game as a Call of Duty alternative and not doing enough to make XDefiant seem like its own game. Also, something that's weird to me is how this game is like a crossover between all of Ubisoft's franchises. This isn't really something the game focuses on, and it seems like it's just tacked on there to make the game seem more unique than it is. I'm sure sometime in the future Ubisoft will try to revive XDefiant or even make a new kind of FPS game. And when they inevitably do, I hope they do something to make the game actually stand out from the rest. because I think XDefiant really does have potential, but it just needs a little something extra that's uniquely XDefiant.
Man, come on now, get that pep off there. Come on, somebody come get this, man. Come on now. Come on, get that pep off. That's just too much doggone pep.
Concord.
We can put that check in a money market mutual fund. Then we'll reinvest the earnings into foreign currency accounts with compounding interest, and it's gone.
This is the biggest example I can think of a failed game. If you somehow don't know Concord, it was basically Sony's version of Overwatch, but not fun and cost $40. Cause why play Overwatch for free when you can play a worse version for $40? And who could forget about all of Concord's great characters? Have you ever been playing Overwatch and just thought to yourself, man, this game's really fun, but I wish I just hated looking at every single character? Then Concord's the game for you. If you like Winston, you're gonna love his inbred cousin. What about regular guy with a headset? Off-brand Baymax, disgusting bug lady, Tupperware from South Park, literal trash can, and of course, Grandma. I think they forgot to put any kind of thought into the hero part of Hero Shooter. I know it's easy to dunk on this game, but it's just genuinely so funny to me how hard Sony was pushing for this. Like they really thought this was going to be the next big game. They were sponsoring every single streamer and putting out full cinematic shorts on YouTube every week.
If they disappoint her, I will hunt down these free gunners and I will speak to them very sternly.
Just to not even last 2 weeks. And I just want to say that I watched every single short of these knockoff Guardians of the Galaxy ass characters and I wish I could get my time back.
We should probably accept that offer before they realize we're a bunch of crazy misfits.
Oh, bruh!
It must have been so sad for Sony to spend all this money on the game, give everyone refunds, just for Marvel Rivals to come around the corner and become one of the biggest games of the year.
That guy sucked.
It's almost like people want to play an actually fun game, and not just a cheap imitation that costs $40 more than the original game. But what do I know? I'm just a talentless freak according to the devs. Wait, hold on guys, maybe I was wrong about this game, because IGN actually gave it a 7 out of 10. Sony, I think it's time to reboot the servers. Now, I don't think Sony will ever actually bring Concord back, considering how big of a flop it was and how much of a laughingstock it became. But if they ever do decide to bring it back for some reason, it'll have to be completely free and completely overhaul the art style. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments whether you'd like to see any of these games make a comeback. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because at 1 billion subscribers, I'm personally buying the rights to Concord and bringing the game back.
I could have my Gucci on. I could wear my Louis Vuitton.